Welcome to the System Garden, a place of scientific and historical significance to the University of Melbourne. Within this garden, there is a representative from all major plant groups. Within the System Garden, we are going to look at different plants and their adaptations and discuss the different adaptations that plants have that enable them to survive in different environments. First, we will recap what is adaptation. Adaptation is the process which enables organisms to adjust to their environment to ensure survival. Plants have adaptations to help them survive, both live and grow, in different areas. Adaptations are special features that allow a plant or animal to live in a particular place or habitat. These adaptations might make it very difficult for the plant to survive in a different place. This explains why certain plants are found in one area but not in another. For example, you wouldn't see a cactus living in the Arctic, nor would you see lots of really tall trees living in grasslands. When we think of what we already know about adaptation, let's have a think about what could help a tree survive during the colder months. We have just explored some of the amazing ways plants can protect themselves. Now let's look at some more ways that plants can adapt. Adaptation has now allowed plants to grow without soil. They can grow on almost anything, from tree branches, bark, rocks, and even telephone wires, as you can see pictured here. This is where the common name air plant comes from, as they don't have roots in soil. This is another unique form of adaptation for us to understand, which helps these plants survive. So for something for us to understand is that every plant has a unique feature which helps us to survive, which is really similar to all the unique features that animals have which help them to survive. Cacti are also adapted, but for the desert environment. So they absorb and store water, preventing water loss. They also protect themselves from predators. So you can see they're really prickly. They're limited from damage from the hot sun. They save their energy, and they just require few resources. So this is another way that plants adapt to the environment around them. So when we think about how and why do plants adapt to help them survive in their environment, and the survival of plants is affected by the physical conditions of their environment. So the examples that we've shown so far, air plants are adapting to their environment, cacti are adapting to their environment. So all of the plants are adapting to the conditions that they're living in. Over time, plants have adapted to change to survive in their environment. They have adapted to meet their needs for water, to change the shape of their leaves, for longer roots to reach water, for the texture of their leaves, for light, to grow to reach the light, for the shape of their leaves, for nutrients, for their food, so where they grow, so they can live on other plants, just so they can eat, and so that they can reproduce, so that their seeds can fall, and so that other animals can carry their seeds effectively as well. So these are some of the examples of how plants have adapted over time. Thinking of everything we've learned about adaptation so far, what are some ways that plants might have adapted to a rainforest environment? After exploring adaptation within the system garden, we can now understand the relationship between plants and their habitat and how living things depend on each other and the environment in order to survive.